afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Vilshanka. In the east, it is FK9DD fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Communist Stalin, taking on the Royal of the 1st Tank Corps with a rare display here of partisan tactics. Holy smokes, we got radio intercept, partisan troops, partisan tank hunters, spy network, and marked vehicle. With the dominant units of Special Rifle Command start here versus in the west, it is expensive runner. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 1st Panzer Division. We got Lightning War, Blitzkrieg, and Jaeger Infantry with triple empty bullets there for him. With one engineer bullet in the double contra, the other was there for FK9DD. Pioneers MG4 to an east foot, is falling out there for expensive runner. Engineers saying northwards here for FK9DD with a conscripts one way, the engineers heading westwards as well. Probably going to secure the field, obviously. Interesting opening note from FK9DD. Special Rifle Command into conscripts with partisans. It is very much unclear as to exactly what FK9DD is planning, but he's clearly planning something. He is clearly planning something. We got the M3A1 Scout on the way there to support him and his socialist friends there. We got more grenadiers on the way there for expensive running. We'll of course have to see how he handles this opening. We can catch with the grenadiers on a Pantherfast. The Scout Corps will be less of a threat, but of course it can force him to be more cautious with his MG42 versus FK9DD. And so I think he's on the southern field point here. Got grenadiers moving force as well there for the fatherland. Conscripts ahead, unsure if there's a machine waiting. Oh, bad luck. The expense runner just as he packs it up, he gets caught there by the conscripts, forcing him to retreat there for expense runner. That was some really bad timing. Don't worry, Jürgen. I don't think so. Here, just pack. Oh, scheiße. Never mind. Oh, scheiße. You already packed it up. Scheiße. I said scheiße too many times. So Oberleutnant will be most upset with me. Scheiße. Engineers saying south is FMK9DD. Conscripts standing back around the center victory point. Grenadiers holding up here. Pioneers bring up, they got engineers nearby. Nothing further going on there for expense runner. We'll hope to see what it goes for. More grenadiers likely. Could also go for another machine. And there you go. Pantherfast, the M3A1 light scout car, causing some nasty damage there. Scout car falling back. Conscript there, probably encountering fire. More grenadiers for expensive runner. More conscript there for FK9DD. We got grenadiers advancing for the south, catching the conscript there. With MD4 moving from the north, it's going to be a deadly cross. So they'll force, I think. Oh, can't shoot at them apparently due to the tree lines. Always something that can be tricky to determine in the game at times is where can your machine gun actually shoot. Saying there is no function so as you can highlight that. Would be nice though, but yeah. Comes that being suppressed though, still managed to pop into line of fire. The MD42 fortunate for expense runner. Comes to the radical, he's pushing ahead, or he's trying to push it. We got a conscript on the way. He's taking on a casualty. Conscript's routed there. MD40 can be further up. In the north, we got a bit of skirmish against the engineers. Pushed back by the pioneers. The MP40 speeding the most now guns at closer quarters. Back here, nothing further going on. Though he could take up, he could also commit to more grenadiers for another MD42 there. Mortars are also an option, but I think that's the current build here from FK9DD. Mortars will be less sterling, and certainly with what he's got hidden there, it will be even worse. But obviously, Spencer Runner at this point doesn't know his opponent's gone for Partisan, unless he actually knows that if like FK has been playing with it a lot and he actually played against him and just has noticed it. In which case he may have a shot of figuring this out, but if he doesn't, he's going to be completely caught unawares by Partisan. In fact, he's probably not aware that his opponent's already listening to what he's doing. The southeast going to continue between the grenadiers and the conscripts. Grenadiers probably needs to be slightly better covered up. I think some of the explosives themselves a bit too much. Could give the conscript a chance of winning. He's getting some extra kills in. The engineers right in the centre. MD4 to repositioning. Suffolk expense run leading here versus FK9DD. He can start calling in the partisans here. Of course, you have to be careful not to do too much, since they can also quickly drain yourself of manpower. Some players have been known to do this, and so it's a trick to when you use partisans, you know how many partisans you want to call in and not try to extend, because you can quickly fall into a certain kind of greed with partisans that can cause you to do some really dumb things. But we'll have to see. So far, the FK9DD is remaining quite steadfast there on partisan discipline. Not just thrown in willy-nilly, so they were Osttruppen. Grenadier squad about to go. There you go, first call in here. Grenadier squad wiped up, bit of below there to expense run up north. You got the Partisan advancing there with PPS 841s. The Partisans would generally just use whatever they could have gotten ahead. And so some of them actually produced their own weapons, crude submachine guns and the likes. Or, you know, got them airdrop from the Allies, typically the British, in which case they use Sten guns. Of course, we're partly designed with that in mind, can use German 9mm parabellum ammunition. Little fun fact there. Our way, second Partisan squad out here. FK9DD suddenly striking hard here at Expense Runner. Expense Runner, of course, at this point should be aware of this, or at least start to have an inkling as to what's going on here. FK9DD Partisans quickly vanishing into the shadows once more. But clearly, apparently, a bit too fat there for the shadows as they come under fire. Up north, their point being seized here. Partisan moving in to support the scout car there. Engineers inside, though, pretty heavily depleted. Partisan actually made it away. In the center, Engineers being overwhelmed. Expense Runner has taken up his hold for the like to make a nice company, and we do get the 2-2. Of course, with Partisans, he also has to worry about Partisan tank hunters, since they could quickly put a rocket or two through his 2-2-2. So far, the FK9DD, for the power of Partisan activity, has actually managed to get away a lot of the territory of Expense Runner, leaving him a bit surrounded and encircled here by the Red Army. There we go, roughly goes off, and gets a wobbling gears, costing FK9DD one of his engineer squads and one of his flamethrowers. Minor loss there for FK9DD and the Red Army here in the face of the Germans. Also, changed the third Panzer Division, first mech tank Carl versus first Panzer Division, seemed a bit silly. Only pioneering north of the fuel. 2-2 is out there for Expense Runner, still no sign of doctrine from him. 2-2 moving in here, going straight for the conscripts. Basil goes straight for the desk. And there go 2-2 going straight here for the M3A1, going to try and finish it off here. Conscript nearby. We don't have anti-tank grenades, so the M3A1 will likely go down here. Got the anti-tank grenades ready, and there you go. Conscript force risking wiped out here. Of course, there's also an M2, possibly, at least a small one here for the Partisan tank hunters to appear. There's so far none of that. Going to need holding down the engineers. FK needs to get those out there fast before they get utterly annihilated. And the South Partisans creeping up there for FK9DD. North being slightly reclaimed, though we've still got another Partisan squad hanging about there. Fun fact about Surd Partisans, but actually a good deal of them were actually Surd troops who were left behind during the initial advance of Operation Barbarossa. And another deal of them were actually later on actually Surd airborne troops from failed paratrooper operations. So fun fact there. And there we go, the Partisans take out Expense Runner. 2-2 is calling another one, though of course he may decide not to bother with the Partisans about it. There you go. Expense Runner goes, "Ja, nein," in the face of FK9's Partisan attacks. There you go, Partisan squad wipes out the MG42. FK9DD once more strikes from the shadows, from the unexpected areas. Almost gets the Partisan squad, but still that's going to be a bit annoying there for Expense Runner. It also may cause him to gain a bit of paranoia. And in a, I would honestly say, slightly bizarre move, he decides to go for a sniper. His opponent can strike from anywhere, and he decides to respond to that is to go for a highly vulnerable unit that would be in particular vulnerable to Partisans. I can't help but feel that's a bit of a curious choice. Particularly the sniper can't see them anyways if they're hiding. So I'm not entirely sure about this move by Expense Runner. It feels a bit, you know, curious. But who knows? He may be onto something that I'm not. We'll have to see how that works out. But I will admit, sending in a sniper into this environment seems a bit peculiar. Back here, troops reinforcing there for FK9DD and the Red Army. Basil sleep in his, well, he's going down to sleep in his little cardboard box next to my screen. Kennedy's falling back here, grabbing the southern victory point. Munitions all need to be secured. Bunker up there for Expense Runner. I figured Pan's going to make more sense. Obviously much more durable, hard to kill. Plus it just throws down Partisans, engineers and conscripts quite effectively. So the sniper is a bit of a peculiar choice. Could have misclicked, I suppose, the Expense Runner. Maybe he wanted to get a mortar though. Versus Partisan again, the mortar just seems a bit curious, but I think it's still better than a sniper. Are they contrasting the MG42? Northern fuel being threatened here again once more with FK9DD. You can even lay down mines here, that'd be pretty cheeky from him. And of course, worth noting, Partisans can also lay down mines. Most players don't use it, partly because most players don't use Partisans, but you can use your Partisans to lay down mines as well. They can also booby trap points now, though they use concussive traps rather than the more highly explosive version the Germans and other units use. Kennedy's opening up the Partisan in the south. Schneider getting a kill there. 2 killed, close veterans, 1 cop on hit as well. Really good aggressive play there. FK9DD just making use of those Partisans in a sneaky manner. We got Kennedy's up north here, flanking in there. Deep flank here from the north. There you go. Partisan going to appear from the shadows, striking out the Kennedy's forcing retreat there from Expense Runner. Immediately a sniper also retreating, though, of course, could get wiped in retreat by the conscript, possibly a Partisan squad appearing here from Dust Shed. No, he does not appear from Dust Shed. And the sniper survives. Could have called it in though, that would have been obviously a rather expensive investment in some Partisans here from FK9DD, but maybe could have gotten the sniper there. Pack 40 on the way here. Expense were obviously concerned about FK9DD rushing out T70 on the other armor. certainly makes a lot of sense. And I mean, right now, he's actually being cut off from all of his territory. Damn fine work there by FK9DD so far, and certainly quite disruptive expensive runner who commits to Jaeger Infantry ambush tactics as opposed to try and ambush the Partisans. An interesting possibility to committing to it, but imagine also the Jaeger Command Squad, of course, a 5-man squad with G43s, will certainly give those Partisans a slightly tougher time of things. Partisans in the southern point there, more Partisans moving up. Pioneers going to need snipers setting up. Their Pack 40 as well here for expensive runner. Additional fun fact about Partisans, but they're not actually all on the same site necessarily. There are different Partisans groups fighting against each other. For example, Polish Partisans and Serb Partisans were definitely not friends either, and in fact the Germans would exploit this, for example, just leaving, you know, not very well guarded munitions dumps for, say, the Polish Partisans, and then deal with the Serb. Oh, grenade on the sniper! Oh, almost got him! I guess it maybe is for the thrill of the adrenaline there for expensive runner does it, like, you know, it's an adrenaline junkie maybe, like he just does these things. I don't know, like, I really don't get why you do that, but here we are. It certainly adds more excitement for us as the viewers, like, you just knowing that sniper could, like, die any moment. Any moment, like a pair of pugs just go out of the shadows, just go, "Come, let's darling, send his regards," and just tows them down. Any moment. Got the A command squad out there for expensive runner, and the German army, Partisan tank is there, pushed back. Tank command up there for K9DD. Will he push for No, he goes straight for mechanized armor company. He's going to rush out a T-34 from 60 versus expensive runner, who only has a single Pack 40 to starboard. Oh boy. More Partisans. We're up to 3 Partisan squads here for FK9DD. The Partisan madness does not stop. And there you go. Sniper gets 1 Partisan killed. Yeah, command squad probably needs to turn around to shooting up as well. Partisan down to, 3 men less than half health. Close one there though. Close one. Partisan squad in the south also retreating here in the face of expensive runners push here. Coming up against MB42 in the center. No ambush camouflage yet. He definitely should upgrade that and everything else he can, I think. Could come in handy here versus FK9DD and the Red Army. Pushing against the counter, gets suppressed and routed. No take up yet. He's going to need that. He may also, if possible, he's not going to go for ambush tactics a bunch. Consider laying down telemines to maybe catch up any enemy armor that could quickly come in handy as well versus FK9DD. The mad Partisan commander of Leningrad. Down the northern point, or the center point, we got something about the 7 kills so far. 7 long, arduous kills, where again, any shadow could be hiding Partisans. Down the point here. Take it for expensive runner. Sehr good. Booby traps are being laid down by the Partisans. T-34 from FK9DD and the Red Army. Mines down here as well. More mines, in fact. I'll cancel those, but activate mountains there. Thumbs up to FK9DD. Anti-tank Partisans falling back here with a Pilfered Panzerschreck. Using the southern point here. Partisans hiding back. Snumbling up there. Keeping close to the air command squad at least, as I'm using them as bodyguards effectively. Mine goes off and leaves poor Friedrich and Ludwig quite dead. Thankfully, the Partisan tank hunters can't exploit this. It's not quite good at dealing with infantry, but they can watch secretly, and they can secretly snicker at them. Partisan hiding in the south here. Take almost done there for expensive runner. T-34 and 6 are almost done for FK9DD. Comes over to the Jaeger command squad running as well there. And there you go. T-34 there for FK9DD and the Red Army. That's going to be a problem there for expensive runner. And the Germans. Comes to take a sniper hit there. We got 10 kills on the sniper engineer saying Norfolk here. MD42 sitting by the tree line there. Partisan still hiding there. By the northern victory point. Gonna taking a loss from the T-34 from 6 shooting its main gun. Still no sign of ambush tactics though. Ambush camouflage makes sense to runner. Or mines in the south. Partisan again advancing. Really fluid and great uses of the Partisan so far by FK9DD. 2 thumbs up. It's such a rarely utilized unit. It's definitely one of these units that requires a good deal of skill, I think, to sort of make proper usage of. So, I mean, again, like, just very well done though, FK9DD, just for again, because again, it's just something else besides Gat Motor or shock rifle increasingly, but you know, it also just gives them some really good action. You can see the sniper could get the punks here. Partisans, in fact, closely wiped out. Sniper, of course, need to be careful here, though. One mistake could cost them the sniper anyways. Comes coming in from the south there. Neither Partisan squad got wiped out. Pretty lucky there for FK9DD. The one pack has possibly fallen into the hands here of the Red Army. And FK9DD, the sniper. Oh dear, he could lose the sniper anyways. Ach, scheiße. Run. Oh, my God. Mistake there by Expensive Runner. In the end, it was not the Partisans that did him in, it would seem, but the humble Frontovic, who just, you know, turned them into another corpse on the battlefields of the Eastern Front. Shame there for Expensive Runner. Gets 13 kills, but I don't think that's enough to really pay for the cost here. Still feel like Pentagon was a better choice there for Expensive Runner. Of course, it's just me. Either way, Sniper's gone. Pack is secured as well by the conscripts. A double loss there for Expensive Runner. Not only did lose the sniper, he lost the pack, and his opponent now has that pack. Means it's going to be hard for him to make use of Zom. Of course, that T-34 is not going to be backed up by a Pack 40 and the Panzerschreck team. Right, no, by noting FK9DD still only 2 conscripts. In fact, most of his forces at the moment composed of Partisans. Could we see a wipe here? Yes, down in the middle of the road. Mines there, though. Nice work by FK9DD. He got 2 Punch Squad here, hiding behind the wreckage of Rauchenschlepper Ost. Ready to ambush anyone and just fill them with lead. Fix up the T-34 from 6 on his advantage. Need to be very cautious here. Of course, one wrong move, and some of them can end up, well, as a particularly bloody variant of Swiss cheese. Also known as Chicago cheese. So Paul McCart, then, of course, FK9DD knows all. He doesn't see all, but he does know an awful lot. There you go. Concussive mine goes off, or trap goes off there. Starting the Grenadiers. Partisans doing nothing. T-34 coming in. There you go. Actually setting up to flank here. Hit the retreat path. A sneaky move there by FK9DD. Well, Expensive Runner ready for. There we go. They appear from the shadows. They strike from the shadows. Grenadiers taking casualties. Bleeding out here. No wipes though, fortunately, here for Expensive Runner. Center here holding for Expensive Runner. The German army engineers hold it. In the north, though, free, unimpeded progress here for FK9DD, which calls a third, and Expensive Runner's fuel point again. He can't go for the Panther Force soon enough, and that will get FK9DD getting a bit of a harder time, though he still has the Panzerschreck and the T-34, so it's not going to be smooth sailing either for Expensive Runner's Panzer. Panzerfaust there. He could also go for Stug, or he could go for Ostman, just focus on the infantry, but either way, though, FK9DD will have several troops to deal with it. Comes here charging for the north. Outmaneuvering here. Expensive Runner. Nice work there. Charging in there. Definitely by FK9DD just completely throw him off. Expensive Runner. And again, really making vicious. Imagine he had a pair of Panzergrenadiers. And we do get the Ostman here to help deal with all of FK9DD's infantry. His throngs of Partisans and Frontovics. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing there. We got the T-34 falling back close to Veteran Juan there. Back here, healing reinforcement, going to sing north, need to counteract the gap with fuel. And once more, FK9DD is cutting off all of Expensive Runner's resources. I mean, really some great aggressive push there. Now we got FK9DD going for the Katyusha, just possibly trying to further compound Expensive Runner's, well, expenses at the moment. Mines again, just 2 thumbs up to FK9DD. He's just handling the Partisan doctrine as if though he's just, you know, putting on a glove. Blood covered in fascist blood, clearly. And rhinestones. He does like his rhinestones. There we go. Flak Pan's out there. FK9DD might be slightly scratching his head over that one. Particularly when it's a tank out, but as opposed properly supported, the Ostman can still deal with infantry. The pack keeps the tank at bay, though it's slightly risky. I'd probably gone for a Panther Stug here, but I would then have followed up with the Ostman. Of course, you could then follow up with the Stug to the Ostman, in fact. I'll go for a Panther Force, I suppose. Oh, they're constantly being hammered here by the Ostman Flak Panzer. Their cover swiftly vanishing into nothing, as it turns out, hey, was never that durable against 30 of the flak rounds. Despite assurances from the American Wheat Farmers Association that, hey, it was in fact anti-aircraft gun proof, they were later be sued for false advertising. T-34 moving northward, C strength to the MD-42 Jaeger Command Squad, then Tromney to retreat here. More boob traps going. Katyusha fire on the Pack 40. Half the crew vanishing with a single rocket. And there go the Partisan strike in the midst of the chaos. The Pack crew entirely snuffed out. Partisan taking amount of losses in the center machine units. Retreat engineers suppressed, pinned down. Pack moving up here. Grenadiers moving in to try and deal with it. Partisans routed. Can't grab the Pack 40 here. T-34 charging in. From the Pack. Grenadiers trying to start with the Pantherfaust. Good, I'll use sprint here to get closer to Pantherfaust it, but does not. Also looks like he wouldn't have succeeded. Pack that gets a good hit there. quite the fight so far here. Quite the fight. Up north, Gunnisman could grab the northern fuel point. Still no sign of ambush tactics. I'm very disappointed in that. As I do fight, ambush camouflage is a really good ability, in particular units with the light machine guns, or just, you know, the heavy machine gun team. I do find it a shame for someone to go for that and then not use it. So, thumbs down to Expansion Runner so far on that one. I mean, he's doing quite well in other ways, but the lack of ambush camouflage is definitely thumbs down worthy. Back here, troops in reinforcing 5 cannon T-54 taking some amount of damage from the flak gun. Also needs to get out of there. Oh, those Partisans could get wiped out here. And we got a Stuka close air support here. I feel like the timing's a bit off. I mean, obviously forced the T-54 by opening up for his flak pan to pull in, so maybe that's just what he's doing. You know, just not carrying. He doesn't do a lot of damage. He's just using it for the shock and fear effect effectively there to force FK9DD to abandon his front line. Opening up for the Austrian to push in. The pack is still doing a lot of damage. Down to half health. Panther on the way there for the Expensive Runner, and the German army going to moving up as well there. Another T-Fed for the FK9DD. Panther 4 slowly in the way. Flak Panther repairs. Jaeger Command's got moving up. Pack as well. Grenadiers need to be careful not to push too far ahead. Going for that car point to deny FK9DD fuel is very good. Picks up the T-34-76. So far, a very interesting fight here. Definitely not the sort of matches we usually get to see. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been some time since I've actually seen Partisan doctrine being used. Quite some time. I've not been surprised if it turned out to be a year or more. That's how much it sees usage generally. T-54 sitting out there. Looks like we got a double prong here. Pushed by FK9DD. Of course, there's a particular issue, which is he's got no support for them so far, at least. But looks like he's not going too deep, which is good. But of course, I need to be careful about this. Panther 4 ready. Pack's about to get hit by the COH2 rocket launcher again. Magnego rockets flying through the air, careening into trees, exploding and causing massive casualties amongst the local squirrel population. Panther 4 arriving. Gating here the T-54-76 rockets flying down. Pack 40 managed to dodge most of them. T-54 down to half health. We got marked target here on Expensive Runners. Panther 4, a signal to keep away there or lose possibly your Panther 4. Pack there being hosed down. Panther 4 flak points moving up. We got there 9 kills, 10 kills. Marked vehicle there. Oh, aircraft shot down. Veterans 1, 10 kills. Pack wiped out as well. Oh dear. We got 292 versus 290. Anti-tank parts moving up. The situation right now for FK9DD is pretty bad. And there you go. He's lost the pack. Situation just got a bit ugly here for FK9DD, to put it mildly. Comes being hammered by the Austrian on the retreat path. He's going to probably try for an anti-tank grenade. There we go. Force to cancel and might risk him losing the unit here. There's a lot of troops on the retreat path. There we go. That's going to be wiped here to FK9DD. Oh, shizer. A full wipe. Quite the blow here to FK9DD. A good win there for Expansion Runner and the German army. Troops are reinforcing, healing. More pioneers out. Counter people out. Then you come up to extend. There you go. Panther 4 moving in. 5 kills. Flag Pants also moving in there. Half 8 expecting 2. Definitely not an omen of good luck for the Soviets. Back here, troops in force. Oh, mostly repairing, in fact, stuff. There's no to reinforce these tanks need repairs. Comes to the clothing right. The Austrian is doing heavy damage. They're alongside the Panther 4 and supporting infantry. We've got 14 kills there. Oh, looks like the country's war may just survive. It's going to be a narrow one. There go T-Fed Force arriving. Austrian down to half health. Push back. Up north, the FK9DD is taking advantage of this. You just push ahead there. Punishing Expensive Runner for being too focused on the centre south there. Good play by FK9DD, keeping cool head enough to realise what his opponent's doing and then play around it. 2 thumbs up there. Panther 4 rolling back. Flag Panther moving north as well. We got the anti-tank Partisan paying up by the road. Good hit. Anti-tank grenade off as well there. Flag Panther those shoots. Going here for the northern Partisans. There you go. Shooting and causing great harm to the Partisans who are staking out there. And there you go, route it. And so they get away, because he's still attacking ground there. T-54 strike here. Right at the damaged engine, Panther 4 taking advantage of the opening the Partisans gave. There we go, pack moving about. Panther 4 down. Austrian in trouble. Got COH2 barracks going down the pack 40 position. T-54 moving about. He's going for the Austrian. The Austrian throws in the rear, suddenly increasing chances of it dying. Shot, bounce. Wow, pack's about to go down. Austrian gaining by T2. Needs to blitz. No, didn't get it. Down, in fact. Big blow there to Expansion Runner above this Panther 4. His Austrian And his pack is down. He's got no anti-tank. He's going for a pack 40, but right now FK9DD just struck a huge blow against the Germans. Good Lord, pack cancelled instead for Sturmgeschütz 3 ausführen. G. Expensive Runner knows where true salvation lies. At the end of a Stug's barrel. Troops have been forcing healing T-Fellow chance in the base here. FK9DD is taking advantage of the opening he's made there. Good Lord. I bet you didn't expect this when you signed up for a match or clicked into that match with Partisans on it. Did you? Oh, this will sure just be, a nice gentle match and it's like boom, kaboom, death. Well, most of the matches are, but a bit more kaboom and death than usual. Grenadiers, Pioneers, 74-2 moving onwards in a great force to flush out any Partisans hunting here by the northern fuel point. Looks like they're not moving. In fact, they're basically asking to be executed. Perhaps they realise the futility of fighting against the German army. Oh, they got the Sturmgeschütz striking for Deutschland. Of course, need to come to extend here. Could quickly go ugly here. And there you go. Mark vehicle on the Stug. T-Fed gets a good. We got Betsy 2 on the Stug. T-Fed 4. The Stug gets a good hit. Another shot. There's Stug almost down. Good hit. Then there you go. He's ramming it with his T-34. I'm not entirely sure what he's hoping to achieve with that, but he didn't need to. He just ended up throwing away the T-34. The curious move there by FK9DD. Perhaps too much vodka. Either way, he took out the Stug. Who's not expensive runs back to force to go for the pack 40 there. He can't go for another Stug anytime soon. We got another T-Fed for FK9DD. This other one getting ready for frontline fighting once more against the fascists. T-Fed was taking head for the Red Army. Comes there down to 3 men. Gonna lead up and doing what they can from position of wreckage and ruin. T-Fed moves up. 18 kills up north point being seized here by Expensive Runner and the German army. Grenadiers are taking significant casualties. As it turns out, the light craters are not great protection here from FK9DD's T-34. Got the Katyusha moving up. A swarming assault here by replacing one that goes conscript with another one. Good work there. Not a lot of parts left for FK9DD. Just the top one Partisan troop and one tank hunter troop there. Katyusha barrage into the base here, hoping to get some wipes here. He, I suppose, could get lucky here. Though much more likely is he hits basically bugger all. Maybe some medics, but those don't count usually. In some societies, in fact, even frowned upon. Yeah, come out to go around with the conscript, pack 40 hanging back here, trying to do something, and there you go, machine about to get wiped up north. More Partisans being freshly called into the front line here by FK9DD. Pioneers routed there. We got 276 for 230. Another Stug for Expense Runner, and we got a mine goes off. He actually managed to tell a mine, but unfortunately, for Expense Runner, he can't actually take advantage of this. Close, but no cigar. More booby traps here from FK9DD to slow down any fascist advance. Stuggeschütz halfway done there for Expense Runner. Very good. Pioneers being enforced. Expense Runner leading a push with packs, Grenadiers, and the Jaeger Command Squad sort of following it all up. Stug almost done. He's going to try and take out the T-Fed before they hit the mine. At least try and make things as uncomfortable there for FK9DD as possible. Stug almost done. Almost getting the year score there. That's certainly helpful. There you go. White. A small win there for Expensive Runner. Makes it harder for FK9DD to repair stuff. Plus, denies them a flamethrowers. That's good. We got another engineer score on the way. Obviously, FK9DD will replace any engineer losses at this point. Sturmgeschütz number 2 arriving here for Expensive Runner and the German army. Up north, their Partisans ground the point here. Now the booby trap goes off. May want to add a pin machine to the Stug to help deal with the infantry. More Grenadiers for Expensive Runner. Sadly, no Panzer Grenadiers. I feel like Panzer Grenadiers again would be a good choice for the Partisans or the conscripts, but that's obviously just me. And sadly, no ambush camouflage for any of his troops either. Bit of a shame on that one. All the way, more booby traps here from FK9DD. Very good, very good. In fact, the only ability stuff he hasn't used is Spy Network. Otherwise, he's pretty much used everything. He's actually very close to full bingo. Conscript coming in into the Grenadiers there. Getting hosed down in the south here. Partisan spotted, being flashed out there by Expensive Runner. Country North is going to go for the car point. Look to cut off expense runner's fuel again. Thumbs up there. Parts in the country in the center being held up. You got the T-54 Katyusha moving out. On the T-54 being repaired there for FK9DD. Machine being held up there. Ace level. Still an ambush attack. Camouflage though. Country being hammered here by Grenadiers, light machine guns. In the center, machine being hammered there. Stuke that gets good in the T-54. You can soon go for another one. Probably should consider another Stuke here versus all of FK9's arm. There you go. Katyusha barracks straight into the midst of expensive runner's force. Thumbs up to that strike. Country's being wiped out though. Okay. Might have pushed it forward with the Stuke, but no. Ends up baiting in the T-54 into a kill shot there from the Pack 40. Tries to ram, but the tank explodes for ram, and the conscript gets wiped out. In fact, FK9DD has lost both of his conscripts. He's down to just Partisan and engineers to back up his armor. There's an opponent with good infantry at mostly ace level. That is actually a bit of a problem. FK9DD on the top of the loss of the tank. He's going for Katyusha here, which is a bit beyond me. Oh, and this is a big opportunity, I think, for Expense Runner to turn the game around and maybe even win it here if he plays his cards correctly, because, I mean, FK9DD just lost his main frontline infantry plus a tank. It's going to be very hard, much harder now to fight Expense Runner infantry. So we'll have to see how this works out. Partisan's hiding out so far. No, but let's see if we can manage this engagement up north. It's going to get them killed again, possibly. There you go, spotted. There you go. This time there, they strike for the Red Army, for the Soviet peoples. Round it. Partisan tank has been up. Need to repair that Stuke and upgrade it. I feel like Partisan has taken amount of hits. Stuke takes a rocket in turn. The south here, we've got Pioneers with flamethrowers, the Engineers with flamethrowers. Pack shoots, the T-54 gets good hit. Another T-54 halfway done. It's cancelled the Katyusha. Obviously, realizing that would be silly. Could also go for an Ostman here. Of course, double Stukes would certainly be most helpful if there's any more tanks from FK9DD. Yeah, Komotzko Rami, tank hunters there. Routed, more Pioneers for Expensive Runner. Very good. Thumbs up there. Most needed. Though arguably so is more armor, and for FK9DD, more infantry is needed. Seizing the southern point there, apparently got a bit moved off. Up north here, we got another push by the Partisans straight to the Grenadiers with the light machine gun. More Pioneers ready there for Expensive Runner and the German army. Partisans being shredded. Grenade off on the Grenadiers and forcing retreat there. Good work by FK9DD. And in the base, we got a Katyusha barracks going off there, mostly blasting buildings. Almost taking out the medic bunker. I'd like to make a nice could also go down, in fact, and it goes down. Denying any access to more Pack 40s. All light vehicle. T-54 charging ahead, then Ace T-54 made my regular one. Stuke moving up, shoots, gets a good. Oh, it's low in health, by the way. This is dreadful for Expensive Runner. One mistake there could seal the deal against him. Once more, though, despite FK9DD being shot in infantry, the T-54 could still do some heavy lifting for him. Pack's about to get destroyed there. Stuke fighting there for the fatherland. It has no choice, despite one errant shot there. Could leave the Stuke a smouldering hulk of steel. Monkey needs for FK9DD. As again, he loses another one. Stuke gaining veterancy 1. Can't go for a Panther 4 now. All the way, he needs more armor. There you go. Panther come flank feeling right. He goes for another Stuke. He decides the truth lies with the Stuke. More engineers there for FK9DD. His armor in dire need repairs. And of course, so spends around the Stuke. Still no sign of ambush camouflage, unfortunately. From Expensive Runner. Picks up the Sturmgeschütz. Going to see Northwards. I think he still benefit from machine guns. He's saving up for another super close air support though. He got 206 versus 200. In terms of victory points, pretty close fights. Stuke almost done there for Expensive Runner. Pan's about to flank again, just making great use of all the cratering created by the Katyushas. Trying to sneak up with the Partisans more easily. And it's definitely an interesting synergy you do not see considered a lot there, but thumbs up to FK9DD. Thumbs up. Really would help with some machines and Stuke to help deal with all these Partisans a bit better. Our double Stuke there is a definite problem for the T-34 and 6 of the Stukes can quickly tear through them. I mean, they're to tank, it's actually much harder for him to keep them away. He's got 2 anti-tank parts though, so might have a chance. But there you go. Ace T-54 getting hammered with the double Stukes. Stuke half to eventually 2 there. Engineers getting in the way, but they're not going to stop the Stukes. Oh, snipe some poor bastard there with the main gun. Though again, machine gun to help with the damage against the engineers. Another soul there, snuffed out by the Sturmgeschütz. Grab the northern victory point, grab the center one. Stuke's falling back for now, good idea. Need to replace the command squad, there you go, good move. T-Fox hanging back here, repairs for FK9DD. Sturmgeschütz repositioning, back here troops reinforcing healing. Bunker still standing, though just barely. So an upgrade to the Stu, grab the northern victory point. We got 184 versus 200. North here we got Partisans making a sweeping push here against the northern victory point to keep it out of Expense Runner's hands. But what they're going to use, quickly focus them down the light machine guns. The assault assaulted and withdrawn. In the south though, outmaneuvering Expense Runner here, heading the southern victory point. Bit risky with the anti-tank Partisans, but with no from nearby from Expense Runner to punish this, it may just work out. Pushing up to the Stooks, be careful there. See the way he's attacking. There's a lot of ways to T-Fed also uses range to quickly outmaneuver the Stooks, see if it gets too close. But there you go, ambushes one T-Fed forward, several hits, they're down to half health already. Almost got one T-34 there. Almost got one shooting the close of a T2, and the Schutzen being added. Bombarding the base now, still need to be careful again. There's again a lot of ways that T-34 could keep up close to the Stooks if he's not cautious. So he has to be very mindful of this. Got them machine gun in place when he keeps attacking again. Need to be careful. Another T-Fed for the FK9DD. Pushing further and further closer again. He's making it again easy for him to get past. Because he can't see what's going on. So if the T-Fed force somewhere to spring through here, they could just easily bypass the super interact in time, I think. Going for the special drive command here. There we go. Veteran on the other Stu. Osman on the way there for Expensive Runner. Almost got the special drive command. We got troops for the south here. What is he planning? Another T-Fed almost done there. Goes Special Drive Command is gone, and he's going to move towards the Mechanized Armor Company. Still feel like this is pretty risky here by Expense Run. He's also control the map. We got Partisan up here behind him. Could make it hard for the Stooks to get out of this issue as well there. Really dangerous execution of here. And there you go. T-Fed force, I think, on the wall path. They're about to strike. And again, he's not going to realize this until it's too late. Possibly. There we go. They're charging in. He's just gets one hit there, but still the T-Fed force moving in. The guy support called in. He makes a mistake. He's turning around trying to deal with it instead of just trying to get out of the situation. He's actually getting within, staying within the area with the T-Fed was not there. Got another running for the base here. One T-Fed rock getting knocked. The Stook takes hit there from enemy air support as well, or from his own air support there. Trying to get the Stook out there now. It's much more dangerous, much harder. Again, this is the sort of situation they tried to, warn about. There you go. Panterfast off, damaging, but the Stook still goes down. A tragic loss for the German people. Partisan get away. His center's now been broken. He's got an Osman, but that's not going to stop it. Not without any anti-tank weapon. He's got none now. He's got no packs. No Panzerschecks, no Stoogs, no Sturmgeschütz. There you go, anti-tank craft, they hit some fit, but still, T-Fed will keep pouring against Expensive Runner. He's going to have to go for a pack 40 here. Meanwhile, the front line has collapsed. Like a poorly made sandcastle by the beach, as the waves come crashing in on it. So right now, Expensive Runner is in dire, deep scheiße. Another T-Fed order FK9DD, had he just kept those Stooks at a better range, he probably would be able to react better to this and just focus on grabbing all the extra points instead of stemming up control there again. He'd just be able to just keep the Stook at a better range, like the T-Foes to stay, at max range, being blasted to bits. Instead, he gave them the chance to actually close in on the Stooks much faster. So that was a rather reckless move. The Expensive Runner got punished. He's trying to, of course, get back, but it's going to match hard enough because, again, he has nothing to stop the T-Fed force, and FK9DD just churning them out now. So how will Expensive Runner react to this? Will he go for another Stook? Will he go for a pack 40? Will he go for Panther and do this with Panzerschecks? We try and hope for another Stook with close air support to save his hide. More Partisans out there. Plus another T-34. Can go for the Stook now. There you go. Another Sturmgeschütz for Expensive Runner. T-Fed force charging on the base here. Jaeger command squad hiding there. Trying to ambush, but it's not going to work out. And there you go. Base bomb about the infantry company about to explode. The bomb, of course, slowly got the Stook. We got the T-Fed 4 number 3 moving in. Could also get the Katusha up there to bombard into the base. In fact, that's exactly what's going about to do as well, I think. Infantry company down. Bank about to go down. That's being hammered up north. Severe casualties there. 2 of them now got T-Fed to base. The troops retreating round to the thing as the troops go down. Huge casualty there. Take Fence running into the T-Fed force charging in there. Troops being either shot or crushed. Good lord, he's almost lost everything now. He's got 1 Pioneer squad left. The support, of course, almost got the Stuke ready, but the question is, will be able to turn things around now? There's still 3 T-34s and a plethora of infantry. Stuke setting out there. We got 143 versus 161. More hits there on the T-34. No minds from the engineers, though that could be great. They're slowing down any counter-attack there from Expense Run. There goes Stuke and Osman charging ahead. They need to be careful. While the infantry is left also providing support here. Engineers charging ahead here. You got 128 versus 161. Stuke need to be careful here. 4-6, 4-6. Stuke, of course, getting focused on here. FK9DD is the prime target. We can get rid of that. Expense Run his ability to fight the T-Field, so pretty much just goes away. Almost got the engineers wiped. So it's reinforcing there. Of course, no healing. Now that the medic banker is kaput. Stuke charging ahead here, getting too reckless or perhaps misclick. I don't know. Either way, Stuke got too close. And there you go. T-34 rams out of nowhere, knocking out Expense Runner's remaining Stuke. And he has no other way of calling in one to tank. At this point, I think it's GG here for Expense Runner. The Third Army has won. Yep. Game over. A loss there for Expensive Runner. On Vilshanka, a brutal fight here with Partisan usage in the heavier end there. Some great play by Expense Runner, but again, he pushed those Dukes to fight. Again, that was a definite misplay there, and that was what FK9DD was able to punish him for. Otherwise, really good plays. They could use the Dukes otherwise. Beyond that one, there's still machine guns would have been great, and of course, using ambush, camouflage, and the troops would also been very great there for Expense Runner. I feel like he put too much stock into close air support, and not enough in just using your missions for other things. So that's a definite state of Expense Runner. But I'll wait. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from me. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell your enemies. Also, big thanks to my Patreon supporters for allowing me to keep doing this day after day. So big thanks to those. And remember, you too can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow again for another episode.